all the chicks was like, Tupac, Tupac. And he was like a celebrity, like he was in the parade. If he wouldn't even been out the window, we would have never seen him.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
The keeper for the code of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
Yeah, this case has been fascinating for quite some time now. Welcome back to GMA3. That's Keefe D, also known as Dwayne Keith Davis, talking with BET, answering that now infamous question, who shot Tupac?
And now, 27 years after Tupac's death, Davis has been arrested and charged for Tupac's murder, indicted Friday, set to be arraigned today. Joining us now are ABC News contributors Mike Muse and Brian Buckmire. I mean, this is kind of crazy when you think about it all. Las Vegas police saying Davis was the shot caller who allegedly orchestrated the murder of Tupac. Brian, he's being arraigned today. What do you think we're going to find out?
So arraignments are pretty standard. He's going to go up there, hear the charges. He's going to plead either guilty or not guilty. And because he's already indicted, the next step is then picking a court date. But we're going to find out a lot more about the case because, interesting enough, the way he's indicted, he's not just saying, oh, you shot and killed Tupac. They're also saying you potentially orchestrated it by aiding and abetting, either with DeAndre Smith or Orlando Anderson, because from his own words, he supposedly supplied a gun and passed it back. So he could either be the person that's considered to do the actual shooting or aiding and abetting others, and that's a serious jail time that he can face.
And I'm curious because we saw that video. How critical is that video going to be in all this?
All of it's critical. I mean, you go back from the July search warrant where they searched his home and they got the memoirs and the documents. I keep telling people, I think enough of us know about books and stuff like that. The information that makes the book or makes the memoir is only a fraction of what's actually out there. So that search warrant probably got a lot more of the background that he's talking about this. And the police have even said it was corroboration. They knew some information about the shooting. Now they can corroborate with his own words. It makes it from that much more of a case against him.
And Mike, again, we've been talking about this case for nearly 30 years now. And as time goes by, you think, will they ever find out who killed Tupac? How significant is this to the rap community?
It's very significant. I'm just listening to you use the word 30 years. I mean, that is a long time. But for me, what that symbolizes is this the great dynamic artist that Tupac was. That man, his image, his artistry, his lyrics, his songs, his music still continues to this day. And he was that important to culture that we're still talking about this narrative of who actually shot him. It's good for the rap community because it actually begins to have healing and closure to one, Tupac's family, but then two, to the rap genre, because the rap genre was so criticized as a whole for this murder that happened. And now we know that this was an isolated incident, allegedly possibly between two different rival gangs that had something to do with this. And so now it allows us to remove that it's an issue within the rap community and genre and really focus on why is gang culture so prevalent in American society today, and what are we doing as elected officials and politicians and advocacy groups to heal and solve for that problem.
I'm curious, Brian, because this memoir of his came out in 2019 that he was in the car when Tupac was shot. Why did they just now arrest him and indict him and all of this?
I mean, that's $1 million question. Part of it, what I tell people, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Okay, so they've already told us that since 2018, that since the memoir came out, this reinvigorated the investigation into the murder of Tupac. For me, I think it's partly a number of things. We all have the shared love of Tupac, but if you're investigating this case, I've represented rappers, not as big as Tupac, but if there was gang violence involved, officers just typically look at it as two gang members killing each other. They might not be as eager to solve that crime as other crimes. But now as we have this love of Tupac, the way it's grown, the way it's moved, it's more than just crime on crime violence, it's about Tupac. So I think that invigorates us as well. And then again, Keefe D just talking left, right, and center, just making it so much easier for them to say, you know what? Street rules are one type of rule, but what we do in the court of law, that's another. And aiding and abetting, we can arrest you for that.
So many questions and people really still looking for answers. ABC News contributors Mike Muse, Brian Buckmire, thank you both so much. Always good to have you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.